Well, the boys are out getting ready to go qualifying, so let's let you see if you can straighten out the technical difficulties while we wait for some qualifying times to come in. And this is my first time at this long, not just running a few practice laps or whatever. My first time to actually be out with a bunch of trucks on the track, and this place is awesome. It's going to be great racing on this track, I think.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and if you do have a good setup here, definitely is a big help. It's supposed to be a sister track to Michigan, but it has a lot of different characteristics about it, and I've explained this before to viewers that the characteristics are a little, the bumps are a little tougher in the turns. I noticed earlier there while they were practicing, Roger, that in turn 3, them bumps are atrocious, and hopefully these guys can handle that, maybe riding up off that bottom a little bit, maybe one lane to stay out of them bumps. And well, I don't know. A good setup here is going to be the way to go, I think, to make these trucks manageable for the drivers.
Yeah, you definitely got to have a good shock and spring package here to accept the travel across those bumps at that speed. I mean, you're going through the centers of these corners at 170, 172 miles an hour in this truck, and in order for it to be smooth and be good and hook up, you got to have a good spring package. Got to have your tire pressures good. But in 3 and 4, it's really weird because down there you hit them bumps the wrong way, and it will make your truck get crazy tight and head for that outside wall in turn 4, and it won't work. The truck won't work anymore, and you really got to roll out the throttle, and you lose a bunch of time. So we're going to see how these guys handle that. I was watching practice too, and most of the guys are really good about handling them. It's a few guys here and there that they crossed them wrong when we were watching, whatever it was. But I think everybody will get a good grasp of it.
Yeah, one day we kind of counted out there. Snelson, Snelson is very, very tough, and I have seen him run on this track already in another race, and he is a pretty tough customer on this track. So he does have a good setup.
Yeah, he was one of the later drivers. Just ran a few laps there, and he was down around 11th on the board, but that's hard to say. He's still running, sub 41.2s, and then comes out here and puts a 41.02 on the board for qualifying, which right now sits on the pole. But Perry's really tough. David Lowe's in there. All these guys are really good drivers, really fast. So anybody's got a chance in here.
Yeah, Doug Lemons, that's another good tough customer. And not taking anything away from all these other drivers, but another good one, Patrick Rowland. Walker's a good one. Tommy Lee, you and I know a lot about Tommy Lee, and he will figure a way to get this thing the longer he runs on it. He hasn't really turned a whole lot of laps on this track. Just in practice here tonight, he said before tonight he's turned just a handful. So already out here laying down a 41.1. That's pretty respectable.
The funny thing, while you were talking about him right there, he just private messaged me and said, "Hey, give me your set because I got nothing."
Oh, brother. Well, what's he mean, nothing? 41.
Yeah, nothing. He puts a 40. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's a 41.13 in qualifier, 15 in qualifying there, and he's got nothing. Plus, he was like 7th quick or something in practice, 8th quick at 41.11. Yeah, he's got something.
Yeah. Well, he told me he was using the Charlotte setup out here.
I know a couple of guys said that their Phoenix set with a couple of adjustments and in gear change was really good out here. So, Well, there we go. The field is set, sir, as qualifying has ended.
Well, let's get down here to the drivers. We're going to go down here and we're going to get, let's see, I got to find a better view. All right. All right, Perry Snelson coming in on the pole there in the number 12 with a 41.025. So very fast lap for coming around here on this track. In the second place there, Brent Keith in the number 40. In third, Stephen Pearson in the number 83. In fourth, the number 70 of Doug Lemons. Some of these guys still have not gridded here. We'll kind of give them another second or two. Yeah, I'm still dropping some frames, Roger. It's got to be a Twitch thing, so I apologize, guys. Hopefully this thing does straighten out before the end of the broadcast. I apologize for what you guys are happening to watch. Let's see. In 5th spot, Patrick Rowland in the number 88. In 6th, the number 55 of David Lowe. In 7th, the number 30. In 7th, the number 33 of Thomas Lee. In 8th, the number 6 of Mike Costa. In 9th, did I say 8th? 6th, yeah. 9th is the 87 of William Toney. In 10th here, the number 68 of Rick Walker. In 11th, the number 29 of Nicholas Stone. In 12th, still has not gridded yet, Mike Vining in the number 19. There he is in the Cummins Chevrolet. In 13th, the number 25 of Doug Easterday. In 14th, the number 21 of Dave
Robleski.
All right. In 15th, the number 62 of Michael D'Amico. In 16th, the number 20 of Sam Henry. And of course, we got to skip over us. It looks like Danny McCoon going to be back here in the
17th.
17th, yeah. And it looks like John Gamble did not bring his truck to the grid. So we're going to have about 17 trucks on the field, I believe. Yeah, 17 trucks.
That's what it looks like.
All right, so Snelson bringing them around. Let's get around here to him. We've got to do some changing here as these guys are getting around here.
Got the fast guys starting towards the front tonight, Rudy, so we won't see too many guys having to work their way through the field until we probably get to pit stops and see those mistakes that we've been seeing lately. So it'll be kind of exciting. Like I said, this track is huge. It's wide. It's fast. The draft is enormous here. This is going to be a blast.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I broadcasted the race here a couple weeks ago, and it was just a blast out here to watch. Just to see how these guys can maneuver around this kind of a tricky tri-oval here. Front stretch, a long front stretch, I'm telling you, very long. Roger, we're getting ready to go green flag racing here, and I'll go ahead and call this one down. You can do the next one. How's that?
You bet. You bet.
If they have a caution. Pace car ducks off. Snelson brings them to the line nice and easy. Green flag is in the air. Kind of jumped it. Boy, the green flag was really late on that. I don't know, boy, this overlay's really messing up. Everything's messing up on me tonight. Hopefully this, whatever it is, it gets a grip on itself.
Maybe it has something to do with this track.
They were past the start-finish line before it even showed they got the green flag here.
Well, they were almost down on it when they did get the green flag. It's a real late flag here, it looks like. But Snelson got out front, and Pearson came all the way from third right up behind him. And now Snelson's eased away, but I think these guys are going to try to get in here and settle in and just try to run a few laps, see what these things are going to do. Nobody wants to get real racy too fast.
Yeah, long race here, 65 laps. A long ways to go here. Snelson does
We're
lead.
3 wide.
Snelson leads the first lap.
And yeah, Nicholas Stone decided being 3 wide was not a good idea and backed it out going into turn 1 on lap 2. That was pretty headsy driving right there.
Yep, things are acting really sluggish here tonight for me. Sorry about this, folks. I don't know, the Twitch might even just be totally unviewable. I don't know. I am going to save the replay, and if it is really that bad, I may just wind up having to rebroadcast it because it's something is definitely, I don't know what's going on. I can't figure it out, but might even be some Windows updates. I don't know. All right, coming around here to take lap 2. Snelson's led so far. Pearson blinking out a little bit there. Not sure what's going on with him, but looks like Doug Lemons goes into the second place.
Yeah, I don't know. His connection looks pretty good, just as far as his ping and stuff. It just he blinks a little now and then it'll go away. It's kind of weird. We got a couple of good races going on. There's 3 rows of 2 wide out there at the front.
And Doug Lemons takes over the lead. Leading here on lap, taking lap 4. He takes over the lead. So good job by Doug out here tonight. Tommy Lee riding in the 5th spot. Let's kind of roll back through here a little bit as the guys are settling into some good laps. Get this thing to update now. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. All right, back here in second. Snelson in second place. David Lowe now in third. David definitely knows how to get around this place. Started 6th and already up to the 3rd spot. Now being challenged kind of tightly here by Patrick Rowland running in 4th. Tommy Lee in 5th. Tommy started 7th. Here he is in 5th. Said he didn't have a good setup.
Yeah.
That one. All right. And this thing, Mike Costa in 6th. Mouse.
Oh, the 21 Robleski clipped the wall coming off a 4 right there.
And everybody kind of just going single file right at the moment here, Roger. Everybody's kind of riding this thing out. Only on lap 6 out of 65, so they're kind of tiptoeing around here until they get their trucks, feel them out, and see how they're going to run here tonight. Checking the setup, making sure that they are hitting their lines perfectly, and might be looking for new lines as their tires start getting a little bit of wear on them.
Yeah, I would hope that they have that figured out with 2-hour practice session they had before, but I mean, things change during a race. Once you get in a little bit of traffic, especially here, we notice that when you get right up behind somebody, you can lose the nose really easy. The truck will just start to push like crazy, so you kind of have to anticipate that and be able to adjust for it as you roll. I am seeing so many different ways to drive this track right now from these guys. Guys driving in really deep in the entries of corners, guys lifting early. You'll see guys close right up on another guy, have to really kind of rub the brake or something and not run them over, and then the guy in front just accelerates away and shoots out in front of them again. So there's a lot of different styles to drive this track. I think the racing here is going to be awesome on all the cars.
Well, I just noticed there the last...
Rack on the front stretch, rack on the front stretch. Yep. That's Mike Costa. I just happened to focus on him when that happened.
He's sliding out across the grass, making sure he's keeping that grass nice and mowed. Doesn't hit anything, caution, though. And no caution, you're right. That's the good part, no caution.
Yeah, Rick Walker's got damage on the front of that truck and the rear of that truck now.
I don't know what happened, but did you happen to notice Stephen Pearson is a lap down now?
I think he went in trying to maybe fix his connection. I think he went in to the pits.
All right, well, let's get back up to our leader here. Is Doug Lemons is still continuing to lead here. We'll get to him in just a minute. Everything's acting sluggish.
Lemons, Snelson, Lowe, the top 3, and they've gotten out to a really good gap as Tommy Lee takes over the 4th position from Patrick Rowland right there.
Tommy Lee in 4th, back just a little ways behind these guys.
Oh, and Snelson. Oh. Wow, Lowe got in the back of Snelson. Oh. Snelson hits the outside wall.
Up into the wall. Whoa.
And no caution again?
Man, well, this track is...
now caution's out.
One thing I've noticed about this track is it's a self-cleaning track. And I'm not too sure if he brought that caution out, though. Was that thrown by the admins, maybe?
No, I don't see an admin command to do it.
All right, well...
yeah.
Let's take a look at this again as he comes around the corner.
Oh, and Patrick Rowland did get a piece of him. I didn't see. That's what brought out the caution.
Oh, the 50.
Was it Rowland got, and then
David Lowe got into the back of Snelson. That's what put Snelson right down across the... Oh, man. David Lowe just punted him in the corner right there.
And when Rick Walker slowed for that contact, he got run over from behind by Doug Easterday.
So caution out on lap 10 here. Actually, lap 9.
Well, that'll get Pearson back on the lead lap, so that's a break for him.
I don't know if we're going to see these guys come down pit road.
Oh, yeah, we're coming down.
Doug Lemon.
Everybody will.
Bringing them down pit road. Let's watch them come down pit road here and see what their pit strategies are going to be here tonight.
You're going to take 4 all night long.
Yep, probably not a bad call on any of these guys.
Now, on a late caution or say 10 to go, you got to make a pit under green water. You may just take fuel, or you may take 2, but the rest of the time, if you're under caution here, you're going to take 4. You just want to have that great high grip and be at the maximum amount of grip you can get at all times. Because if you're not, you're going to be off just a little, and the draft can only help you so much here.
And no resets here, so Tommy Lee doing a 2-tire change, getting back out, wanting to lead a lap here, I guess. And that was a race off of pit road, and it looks like Easterday come out second, and Doug Lemon's going to be third.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and look. Easterday just took 2, and I'm sure he did. Yeah, he just took right sides.
Yep. Yeah, him and Tommy Lee both took only 2 tires.
So it's an early race strategy call. Let's see how it works out for them. I mean, they had 10 laps on those tires. But I know in practice I ran about a 20-lap run, and I looked at my tires, and my tires still looked really good. But once they cycle, they do feel a little different. So let's see how that works out if this thing goes green, because they had a feel like it was going to continue to go green right there for a long time once they got stretched out.
Well,
that could hurt them.
Pearson's going to be able to get his lap back, so that will put everybody back on the lead lap, I believe. No, Snelson's going to be a lap down, and I don't think he's going to get that truck out there again.
Well, I'm not sure why. He should have a reset. I think they have one here.
Well, it didn't reset for him, and I'm not sure why.
Because the 25 reset.
That's odd.
And the 68 reset. And they were both heavily damaged cars. Snelson's back on track, and his truck did reset. But maybe it didn't.
And it looks like Danny McCoon's going to go way back to the 15th spot after he was up there a ways. I think he may have made another late pit, didn't he? Roger?
Yeah, Stephen Pearson, I'm sorry. So I was looking to make sure, but Stephen Pearson is their lucky dog. He is going to get their wave around this time. And if you had asked me a question I didn't hear, I had moved away from the headset for a second.
Oh, I just wondered if Danny McCoon had made another late pit entry.
Oh, yeah.
Did he? Okay. Good deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Wanted to get himself the bag. It's kind of the way he strategizes a little bit early in the race. He wants to keep himself in the bag, keep himself out of harm's way, so that at the end he's still got a good truck to run with. He wants to save that reset until he absolutely has to use it. And it's a really smart strategy. Some days, it's like a bear. Some days you get the bear, some days the bear gets you.
Yeah. Well, I thought maybe I lost you there the way all my stuff's acting up tonight. I don't know.
I apologize for that. I had slipped the headset down so I could check something else, and I couldn't get that far away with the headset. The cord wasn't long enough because I don't use a wireless headset.
Yeah, I don't either.
Keep me tethered to the world, please.
Yeah, they always seem to fail when you need them the most, and that's what I don't like about them. Well, the lights are off on the pace car now, Roger, and everybody's doubling up here. And we're going to go back to green flag racing next time by, taking lap 14.
And we had a handful of trucks here coming right back down pit road to top off again. We had the 19 of Vining, the 6 of Costa, the 12 of Snelson, and Snelson's truck still don't look like it's rolling straight, but it's hard for me to tell. Even though they got that reset, McCune came back on pit road. Looks like Sam Henry rolled back down to top off. About 5 or 6 trucks took another shot at that.
All right, so some different strategies here in fuel, tires. You know, it's definitely something that these guys are all keeping locked up in their heads, their own little private world there, and between them and their crew chief to know what their strategy is for this race here. So everybody has their own agenda out here tonight. All right, Tommy Lee going to be restarting first, Doug Easterday second, Doug Lemons third, Brent Keith fourth, and David Lowe in fifth.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting restart with these guys on 2 tires up front. We'll see how much patience the guys behind them have. All right, man, the pace car is ducking off on the pit road. They're holding them down here at about 65, waiting for that green flag to fall. Green flag's in the air, and away they go again. That was a lot better, a lot more even start. They got that a lot further back from the start-finish line.
Yeah, I noticed that. Boy, man, that was really weird the last time. Their late start. I think there's still some issues with this track. Could be part of the problem here tonight that we're having, but if I'm having it, you're not, then it may not be the track. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you're not broadcasting either, so.
True.
You know, it does, the race looks fine to me, but it's the broadcast that's kind of coming out choppy. But anyhow, it looks like Tommy Lee is going to relinquish that lead back over to Doug Lemons. And now we've got the 55 of
David Lowe's trying to work him over, yeah.
Man, look at this.
Yeah, they're not going to waste any time with these guys with 2 tires. They won't get away from them quick, and they'll be a little aggressive early, I'm sure. Just try to get clear of that. And Lowe doesn't want Lemons to get too far out in front. He told me earlier he was pretty sure he had enough truck to win this tonight. He was going to try to do everything he could to get this win.
And we're noticing the guys are a little bit loose coming off of the turns. Out here on these new tires again, and they're going to have to get a little heat build up in them. Because I did notice that a lot of the setups out here, you were even commenting on it too, Roger, it takes 2, 3, sometimes 4 laps to get these things to where they start getting a little bit more bite coming off the turns.
Yeah, you got to get the tires up to temperature and get everything kind of equalized, and then your grip factors go up, and then you can start to work the exits a lot harder. But on these cold tires, these fresh tires, you got to be really careful. Patrick rolling hard into the outside wall, collects a couple more cars there, and guys are still hitting him.
All right, well, we're going to go back here and we're going to watch that again, because it looked like coming off of 2, he got really, really loose on that. And that really, man, I'll tell you what, that was bad. He hit that wall really hard.
And it looks to me like he was up off that bottom. He'd had a couple cars inside, and he was pressing, and the wall was coming at him. And he tried to cut it a little under power there, and the tires weren't warmed up, and it just snapped the back end. And he got hit by Costa. He got hit by I think he got hit by Michael D'Amico, but I got to go back and look at that. D'Amico might have got slowed up in time.
Okay, yeah. Not. I slowed.
D'Amico caught the wall. D'Amico caught the wall and didn't hit him.
But the 29 truck.
Sam Henry.
Yeah, he got into Nicholas Stone.
And Nicholas Stone got into it. Nicholas Stone hit him real hard.
Yes, he did. And Nicholas is smoking now. So, yeah, and I'm right here. Michael D'Amico trying to slip by. Oh, man. Yeah, he does hit the wall, but he did not get into Patrick. That's a good deal. Patrick kind of went back down, but Michael's going to have that damage on the outside of his truck, and I'm sure probably knocked the toe out just a little bit.
Yeah, I can't tell about the toe, but the damage to that right fender is in the front is kind of minimal. It's not out on the nose, so he still should have pretty good downforce. It really shouldn't affect this truck much, unless the toe's out. And if the toe's in it, he ought to be able to go just like he was before, not have any problems. We got two guys that are taking theirs behind the wall already. I think they'd used the resets and then got in the next one, so they probably can't go nowhere. And Vining hit hard. I know his truck was short.
Yeah, it looks like Costa, Vining, and Patrick Rowland all behind pit road, so that's unfortunate for them. And man, already these guys already getting beaten, banged, and 18 laps into the race. And it looks like right now we're only going to have about maybe a dozen trucks on the lead lap.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems right. Maybe 14? Maybe, yeah, probably not, because those other two trucks are behind the wall. So, yeah, probably about 12, and we're still going to have about 15 out here. Roland and Henry are going to be at least one lap down. Snelson's going to get a lap back. He's 2 laps down. Roland may be taking his to the garage.
Lemon's definitely hooked up here tonight, and like I was saying there earlier tonight, Roger, Doug Lemons is definitely one you want to watch because he is pretty strong here. These guys coming down pit road. No, the old fake job.
Fake-a-rooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I practiced earlier in the week with Doug Lemons, and kind of line looked from him here, and he knows how to get around here. He's quick. He's real quick here.
We do have a few in the back of the field coming down pit road, though.
Snelson, Pearson, and McCune, it looks like, and that's just another safety mechanism. Like I said before, they just want to stay at the back. And with Pearson having just a little bit of connection issue still, he's trying to hang at the back until it smooths itself out, and then he can make him runs to the front. Got a fast truck. I seen him in practice go pretty quick, and I know he can hang on to that for a long time. So if his connection was straightened out, I think he could work his way back to the front and maybe get a late race caution and put himself in contention.
Well, we get this thing back underway here, Roger. Another lap and another couple laps, and we're going to have this thing back underway here. Yeah, it looks like 13 trucks on the track right now. I had a few guys take them behind the pit wall already, so kind of unfortunate for them guys getting tangled up that quick and getting taken out of contention. I feel bad for them. It sucks when you get out here and you're having such a good day and everything seems to be running all right, and that's all it takes is something like that to mess you up, and your day's done.
Oh yeah, every time, Rudy, and as fast as these guys are going, when something happens, it happens so really fast, and it closes up. The holes close up on you really quick, and it's really bad.
Yep. All right, and still got a couple in the back coming down pit road one more time.
We're going to get the one to go here, I think.
Yeah, they got it.
Well, it's a new track to most of these guys. A lot of them haven't put a lot of laps other than the practice laps they put in here. A lot of them haven't raced anybody on this track, so they're really not sure how things are going to react and how things are going to go. But they come out here and they put on their show, and we're going to have bumps and bruises. I mean, it's part of racing, and they all know that. So they're ready for this. I mean, we got 65 laps. We got 20 of them in the book now, so there's about 45 laps to go here.
Sorry.
Now, what happened to you, Patrick? Patrick Rose joining us in the booth now.
I just got loose off of 2 there. Had a little bit of contact with Rick Walker. Got a little loose, went up and smacked the wall, and it was over from there.
Yeah, it didn't look like that ride was any fun there. A couple of guys behind the wall now, and I mean, I know I went out and ran some laps of practice. I felt pretty good out there. I know it's a little slick. Up behind somebody, you lose the nose pretty good, don't you?
Well, I kind of swung for the fences when I went in pit there. I took the wedge all the way out of it. I was a little tight in that first run. But yeah, in traffic, you got a little slippery behind them.
Well, it was a tough day, buddy. I know you missed last week because you were in the relocation program and all that, but a short week this week, heck, who knows?
All right,
maybe have a better week next week at Talladega. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Doug Lemon's bringing it to the line here. We're getting this thing back going. Green flag does fly, and Doug takes off. Tommy Lee in tow. Up on the high side, David Lowe trying to get something working up there. Doug slides it up across the nose of him.
Easter Day's trying to go through there with Tommy Lee too.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to see if they can get a two-groove track going here. Might be a little early for that with these tires until they get warmed up a little bit, but now David Lowe looking on the inside of Tommy Lee to take over the second position.
Well, he got it wound up, pulled that little bit of draft, and he got a great run on him getting down to 3 and just took it off down to the bottom, and it stuck.
Now coming down on the inside also, Michael D'Amico coming down here, running back here a little ways, but
wow.
He had a good run there for a second.
I saw a nice 3-wide pass up the middle right there for about 8th place, 9th place. It was Danny McCune went right between D'Amico and William Tony.
Yeah, I've seen that. Just as I was got on Michael D'Amico there, I seen McCune come right up through the middle of him. So yeah, pretty good right there. That was a pretty cool pass. All right, now we're about a third of the way, a little past a third of the way through the race, and so far been very, very good racing. Now Danny,
I don't think the two tires for Doug Easterday is not working out. He's just steady going backwards.
Danny McCune passing up the 21 of David. Say it.
Robleski.
Thank you. I'll get it right.
I got to give you a shot at it before I get you there.
And now he's going by the 25 of Doug Easterday. So Easterday going backwards pretty quick.
Yeah, and he's on kind of the same strategy that Tommy Lee's on. And Tommy Lee is just hanging right there in between them guys in third, sitting in that rocking chair, just kind of trying to ride this out, wait for that next set of pit stops and see what he can do, I think.
Rick Walker up to the 4th position now. So Rick having a pretty good day. He's coming from the 10th position, and here he is running in 4th. So obviously that setup's working really good for him today. Next time by will be
running him down.
Yeah, I see that. Next time by, we're going to be taking lap 25 of 65. Doug Lemon's way up the hill, and we have a new leader, David Lowe, out front.
Yeah, I think Lemons might have overcooked his entry in 3 there, and he's going to let both Lowe and Lee go by him, and wow, that's kind of shocking. He's usually really, really consistent.
Yeah, Tommy Lee showing a little bit of muscle now out there with a setup he didn't have.
Yeah, glad he didn't have nothing, huh?
Yeah, really. Doug still being pretty tough, though, catching a little draft. It comes down. It cuts a nose right off of Tommy Lee. Wow, that was close.
Well, what that shows you right there is just how big the draft is right here, because Tommy Lee had the run on him out of the exit of 2. When he got up behind Lowe, and Lemons pulled that draft on Lowe and slingshot right past Tommy Lee getting down to turn 3. And look at him close on Lowe now.
Yeah.
The draft is gigantic here.
David Lowe's going to have to protect that low line in order to, keep in the top spot, because Doug Lemons is so tough up there with getting that draft.
And these boys kind of need to watch out a little bit, because Perry Snelson is headed their way 2 laps down, but he's going to get one back the old-fashioned way if these boys ain't careful. And I swear that truck is still dog tracking to the left, huge, on my screen. I don't know if you're seeing it, but it is not cocked the right way.
And who is that?
Perry Snelson.
Let's go back and take a look here. We will go to the chase view here and we'll check it out.
You watch down the straightaways, I swear it looks like that left side is cocked out the wrong way. Like the cambers are completely reversed on them rear wheels.
It is. It is. Yeah, I'm noticing that too. And he's not as straight as Tommy Lee is right ahead of him. But boy, it must be working for him.
He's fast.
Yeah, he's fast. It could be working in the reverse way that we think it would be working, and it could be helping to make these turns better.
Well, typically you want that right rear corner kicked out so that as you go down in the corner, it gets into the wind and makes a downforce on the back. But his truck is looking like it's set up exactly the opposite, like it'd be making zero downforce.
Yeah. Man, this is amazing to see him doing this. So. Let's look from the roof cam of Tommy Lee here and see if we can't get a good visual on that. Tommy Lee hanging in third right here. Snelson can hold it down on that bottom a heck of a lot better than anybody else out here. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's really hooking left. Now, see, you can see it really good right there. That it's really hooking left on him, and it's helping him keep it down low in the corners. That just is the oddest looking setup from behind that I have ever seen.
Yeah. And I don't know if that is a product of that crash, maybe that maybe we're just seeing a glitch that iRacing has not. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of weird that he can be that fast like that in the way that truck looks. But he's doing a great job. Tommy here now, a little bit squirrely coming off of 4. Let's get up here to Doug Lemons. I want to watch Doug Lemons as he challenges our leader, David Lowe. David, really tough customer up here, but boy, I'm going to tell you what, Doug Lemons is right on his tail.
The truck on the move since we dropped that green flag now has been Danny McCune. He has worked his way up to the 5th spot, and he is really putting the pressure on Brent Keith. Right as I say that, he finds the outside wall to turn for it.
Well, that's the way it always is. It seems like when we get the camera on him, that's when things happen to him, and I think sometimes we jinx him, Roger.
It could be the TV jinx. Who knows? We got a challenge up front. We're second for the lead, but David Lowe was able to get great drive off the exit of that corner. Lemons had his nose on there.
And look at Snelson closing up on Doug Lemons, and he is going to go by Doug Lemons. That's not for position, but Doug goes way up high to give him that bottom group. And look at him. He's going to go by 2 of them in one turn.
Now that'll put him back to 1 lap down. He did it the old-fashioned way. Now he needs a caution because he can get the wave around after that, be back on the lead lap. But man, I tell you what, that truck is fast. Those guys don't want him back on the lead lap.
Yeah, whatever is wrong with that truck, it's working in his favor. So we're not going to question that.
And I didn't watch him too much in practice to see if it was set up that way, but man, that truck just looks like it's tracking completely the wrong way to me. And it may just be the way he has the truck set up.
Well, it could be. I mean, he was very fast. He did get the pole and had a good pole too with a 41.025 or something. Very fast lap. Oh, and he goes up high. Oh no! Into Doug Lemons.
Big wreck got into Lemons.
Oh man. So all right, well, we're gonna have to go back and take a look at that.
It looked like he got in there maybe a little hot, washed it out, and when he clipped the wall, it just unweighted that truck and sent it left. And man, Lemons had a bunch of damage.
Yeah, coming out. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and I think David Lowe might have took some air off of him too, and that put him. He could not handle it, but he come back down and took Doug Lemons I don't know if anybody else got into Doug Lemons. Looks like everybody kind of steered clear of him.
It looks like he got missed once he got hit and turned, and he hit the outside wall really hard, but no one else got collected in that.
Well, that's kind of good in a way, because that's going to catch everybody back up to the field. And Doug going to have to come down and get a little bit of that damage fixed up. But,
and Snelson wanted a caution, but he sure didn't want to be it, and now he might be done for the night.
David Lowe coming down pit road here. Tommy Lee in tow.
I bet you Tommy gets 4 this time.
Yeah, he did only take 2 that time. But you know what? He was hanging right with them with only a 2-tire change.
Yeah, he was able to maintain it right there. So that's a lot of good information for later in the race, you know.
Right side's going on. And he will be doing a 4-tire. Yes, sir. Both of them doing a 4-tire change. So I won't be a bit surprised. But yeah, they're going to come off just as they went on. But I think Tommy Lee might lose a position there.
Well, they both lost to Brent Keith.
Yeah, Brent Keith. So we'll get back up here.
And Brent Keith did a 4-tire stop, and he got out ahead of them boys.
Wow. Yes, he did, with a 13.1 second pit stop.
Pretty good stop.
Yeah, David Lowe had a 14.7, so that was over a second and a half slower. Tommy Lee had a 15.8 second pit stop.
Wow, how do you keep 3rd place?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, 3rd place.
Well,
that is that's slow. That pit stop slow.
Robleski, he only had a 13.4 second pit stop.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good stop. Anything under about 13 and a half is a pretty good stop here in the trucks.
All right, so Brent Keith going to be our new leader when they cross the line. And we are a little past halfway now.
Yeah. So the guys can make it the rest of the way on fuel and tires now. So if we don't have any more cautions, you know, everybody's good to go. The tires are going to give up before the fuel goes out.
All right, Doug Lemons is going to be restarting back in 9th place. If they did have resets there, I'm sure he probably used his and has got his back up here now. Be in the 9th place.
Well, can you open us a channel up? Let me go down and holler at one of these guys and see. I'm going to try to talk to David Lowe here.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, ready to give me a channel.
Go ahead.
David Lowe, Roger Wagner up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, man, I hear you.
Well, Brady, it looks like you kept that thing pretty clean the whole race there. I mean, you made it all the way out into the front. Your truck looks really fast. How is the racing out there on track tonight?
It's good. Me and Doug was running out and checking out, so I don't know what happened there with Perry. It's just one of them things. Didn't mean to get into him when I did, but the track's good. We got a fast truck, so keep watching.
Well, you got a couple of tough customers right there around you. And Tommy Lee, you know, that last time he took 2 tires, he was able to hang with you guys. Is that some information that's really good for y'all to have come the end of the race if you need it?
I'm going to take 4 every time. 2 tires, I did a practice run. It's just, you ain't going to be able to keep up. 4 tires is the way to go.
Well, all right. Good luck to you, and maybe we'll get a chance to holler at you at the end of the race in victory lane, buddy.
Thank you, man.
All right, Roger. Well, he says that you can't keep up with 2 tires, but I beg to differ with him because Tommy Lee was doing it.
Yeah, it was working out for Tommy. It didn't work out for Easter Day at all, but it was working out for Tommy Lee. I mean, he had gotten past and was working his way back past one of those guys, and And I mean, I know personally that that's great information. He had about 10, 12 laps on those tires, and he was able to hang there. I might try it late in the race if it was a short lap situation, you know?
Yeah.
Well, with a new leader out front, I mean, I don't know. It's probably not going to change much. Lowe's still got a fast truck, but at least this restart's going to be just a little bit different.
Yeah, Brent Keats starting out here now. He was pretty fast. He was doing actually really well. And, he started on the outside pole of this race, so he may have a little something here for David Lowe.
Yeah, he was only running about 4th place before that, but he was right there behind those guys when all that happened, and he just missed everything, so he's got a strong truck.
All right, Roger, well, they're coming around here. Get ready to call this down, buddy.
We'll start lap 37 here of 65, and Brent Keats going to bring us down here, lead us to the green with David Lowe on his outside. Green flag is in the air, and we are back underway. Kind of a delayed reaction there, Rudy, you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
Except for Tommy Lee, who was on it.
It's almost like they don't know when the green flag's going to fall. They've been kind of tricked a couple times there.
Well, that's 3 restarts, and it's come out in 3 different places.
Yeah.
Challenge on the bottom.
Looks like we may be looking at some 3 wide here in a minute. Going into
It's
turn
going to get
3.
exciting.
Ooh. David Lowe up on that high side might not be quite as good up on that high side, though. Trying to keep them guys pinched down the best he can.
But he took away their ability to run the truck out wide on exit, and it gives him a good run. But, I mean, they're going to be able to hang even with him getting down in the corner, so.
Tommy Lee moves into second now. Look at Danny McCoon side by side with David Lowe, looking to take over that 3rd position. Let's see if he's got anything for David Lowe. We know David was pretty fast.
He's getting a good push from behind, too, there from Robleski.
And that's what he's going to need, a little bit of help on these straightaways, and it looks like he does clear David Lowe. David Lowe goes back to 4th place.
Well, Tommy Lee is just hounding the back bumper of Brent Keith right there.
He sure is.
If Lowe ain't careful, he's going to lose 4th spot here. Robleski got a good run down on the bottom, and he's going to clear him going into 1, it looks like.
And Doug Lemon's right there too, and him and David Lowe been hanging together pretty much the whole race, and I'll tell you what, he could be mounting a challenge on David Lowe also.
3 wide for the lead down the backstretch. Keith, Lee, and McKeon.
Great race.
Down the top's going to yield.
Yep. Danny McCoon is not. He is digging, trying to get up there to get that 1st place. And he might just lead this lap right here. Oh man, did he?
About a fender.
Yes, he did. Wow.
About a fender, and they're 2 wide, 3 deep right going into 1.
26 laps remaining in this 65 lapper. Tommy not giving up on the back of Danny, though. Now takes it on the inside, going into 3. He's got a nose up under him.
Well, he ran that in there just a little on the wide side. We're just going to have to back off to keep off the wall here coming up 4.
Oh, and Danny.
Well, he didn't. He kept his foot in it.
Danny, yeah, he got up against the wall, though. Danny still led that lap, though.
Well, the good news is it showed us that you can run hard on the outside and hold it. He did not yield to that man.
They got to be sawing on that wheel in there, though, coming off of some of these turns, because they are really, really tricky. Tommy Lee's still trying
sitting there in 3rd waiting for an opening, buddy.
Yeah. Tommy Lee's still trying to go. Oh, they touch. It looked like Danny was trying to keep him pinched down. Danny up into the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And Tommy went into 3 wide last time, and I think he just is driving his engine really deep. It's making his truck go a little wide. Danny wasn't ready for that, and they touched right there. But that's going to put McCune kind of out of this and put Robleski second and Lemons sees that battle up front is over, and now he's going to pounce on Robleski.
David Lowe running in fourth right there, doing a good job. Yeah, that put Danny clear back to almost a dead last in this field. He lost.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of damage now too. He hit that wall. He didn't hit it a ton, but he hit it pretty good.
And Snelson's on pit road. Looks like he's maybe going to try to get the rest of that damage fixed up or what, I don't know. Showing him about 8 or 9 laps down.
He's got tons and tons of damage on that truck from that last wreck, so he's probably just trying to get what he can fix and get enough points out here to stay in the hunt, because they got 1 week left next week in this thing. So,
well, Lemons took a peek on the inside of Robleski, but just could not make it stick long enough to get by him coming off a 2. Well, let's see what he can do with them here on 3 and 4. Boy, he's just
Robleski got a great run.
Oh,
and then puts it in the
Robleski
fence.
up into the wall. Oh, man.
That's going to open the door for Lemons and Lowe. And what happens is you get that great run, but then you get right up to the bumper of that truck in front of you, and all the air comes off the nose, and next thing you know, it's a snowplow, and it hits right for the fence.
Yeah, and Robleski's going to lose that to Doug Lemons. So Robleski going back to 3rd now. Still staying ahead of David Lowe, but I don't know how. Man, he hit the wall pretty hard there when he came off of turn 4 the last time. David Lowe, it looks like he's going to come up here and take a peek on the inside of Robleski. Boy, Robleski.
Rick Walker here is getting a challenge. Rick Keith, as they come down this front stretch. And Keith, you know, on the last restart, he restarted us and he was out front. Now he's trying to take the 5th spot back.
He does take it. But I don't think Rick Walker won. He wasn't too happy about that. He slid it right up across the nose of him, and he said, you know, I'm going to come back and get you. But Brent Keith was just too strong coming off of 2. All right, this time by going to be 20 laps to go here, folks. 20 more laps.
This is going by pretty quick.
Yeah. Even though we've had a couple of cautions, let's check it out here and see 3 cautions. 3? But we've had 7 different lead changes. Looking ahead here from Rick Walker, let's go up a little bit closer to the leader, because it looks like Doug Lemons trying to get something going on the outside of Tommy Lee.
Rick Walker caught the fence coming off a 4 right there. Well, they just cannot get completely clear of Robleski. He's challenging back here.
He got a nose up under Tommy Lee, almost touch. And he is battling hard here for that position, but Tommy Lee gets a good run coming off. And Robleski's in 2nd. Doug Lemons on the inside, but I don't think he's got enough horsepower to get up there and get his nose underneath Robleski going into turn 3. Robleski might be the truck out here to beat tonight, because boy, is he ever showing some muscle.
Yeah, he's doing a good job with a little bit of damage.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he really got a whole lot. I mean, he did hit the wall pretty hard, but I think it was probably more of just the very, very tail of that truck. I'm just seeing a tiny bit of damage on the tailgate. I don't believe that would have taken anything away from him whatsoever.
No, I don't think it's really hurt him a whole lot. I mean, we're still on a shorter run. We'll see what it does to him on, a 20-lap run here, but I think he's good.
And this time by, going to be 17 laps to go here, Roger, to finish this race up. Been pretty good so far.
This has been a really good race. We've seen a lot of battling. Kind of what we had hoped we would see is that the draft is going to pull guys up there, and then it's a matter of can you complete passes. And we've seen a lot of passing, a lot of really good racing in this track.
Tommy Lee starting to put a little bit of distance between him and Robleski. But David could probably stay in that draft, and I think that's helping him right now stay ahead of Doug Lemons. But the guy that's sitting there waiting, David Lowe, I don't know, he's sitting there like a vulture just waiting.
Well, I think in about 6 laps here, you're going to start to see what Mr. Lowe's got, because he's going to start letting it all hang out.
That's for sure. Doug Lemons looking to the inside. Tommy comes down across his nose. Robleski way up high, and Lemons and David Lowe both. Wow. Lowe almost gets him into the side of Robleski.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to clear the nose of the 21 right there, and he's starting to move up. And Spotter was telling him, truck outside, truck outside. Lemon's got a great drive through 3 and 4, and he's going to have this spot on Tommy Lee here going into 1. He's going to have to yield that front spot right there.
So yeah, well, Doug Lemons did take over that position, so Tommy Lee goes back to second. And these guys are all out here on the same tires. They got 4 fresh tires on that last pit stop, so they're pretty much even keel. Same fuel, same tires, everything. Now it's just a matter of who can drive it the best and who's got the best setup.
Yeah, who's been able to save enough tires to make the truck go forward now as Robleski gets a touch on the outside wall, and Lowe's going to have him this time. Now Lowe's going to set sail. But Tommy Lee's challenging for the lead once again.
Yes, he is. He's got a heck of a run there on Doug Lemons going into 1. And he is going to be able to slide it up across the nose of him, and look at that.
And Lowe saw the opening that Lee created, and he just pounced right there on Lemon. Lemon caught the wall.
Yeah, he hit the wall. Now David Lowe looking to the inside of Tommy Lee, and he is moving up, and it looks like he is going to take that position away from Tommy Lee. So Tommy's going to have to challenge back again if he's going to want to win this thing here tonight. Well, just kind of going, I want to kind of go back through the field a little bit here, because Rick Walker now back in 6th, hanging right onto the tail end of this front group. Doing a great job with this, hanging on to it. Stephen Pearson, which we didn't even think would get back out here, running in the 8th position, but he's being challenged by Doug Easterday, and he does complete that pass on him. So Stephen Pearson, Stephen does a crisscross on him and passes him back, coming off a 4. So good job by Stephen there. Michael D'Amico now in 9th, but he's being challenged up on the high side there by Nicholas Stone. Those two side by side going into the turn. Well, looks like D'Amico actually doing really well on that low line. He got some good grip coming off of the turn that time, and he's going to stay out ahead of Easterday.
Oh, and David Lowe broke his own momentum and stacked these guys up, and Tommy Lee had to kind of wiggle out of the way of him, and that let Robleski right back in. Robleski's challenging Lowe for the lead.
Boy, and these guys are really stacked up nose to tail. Next time by, going to be 10 to go. Has anybody got anything for Lowe? Lowe got a good bite coming off that time. Robleski kind of falls back about a truck length.
Well, right now, I think these front 6 trucks are fairly even.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
10 to go this time by.
Doug Lemons looking to the inside of Tommy Lee again. I mean, all these guys they've been just swapping up, and here we go, back at it again. And Doug Lemons does pass up Tommy Lee. Tommy happened to check up a little bit because he had quite the run coming off the turn that time. Ooh, and who was that? Trying to get a grip back on that. Looked like Rick Walker having a big time there with the wheel.
Yeah, he did. He just had an uh-oh moment.
Yeah, coming off a 2, he was all kinds of loose. And Tommy Lee passes Doug Lemons back up again. Those two got to be having a ball out there racing each other. It looks like a lot of fun.
And meanwhile, Robleski and Lowe are inching away from this battle back here for the third. Pearson passed Walker there to take over the 6th position. He's coming. Pearson is closing on these guys. I think he's going to run out of time by the time he gets there, but he's closing on these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, next time by going to be 8 laps to go. And it looks like Snelson did take his truck behind pit wall now, so it looks like we have 12 trucks out here, and they're all on the lead lap. We have no lap down trucks on the track right now. Ooh, and Tommy got really loose coming off of 4 that time, and Doug Lemon's gonna take up that spot again. Tommy going back to 4th, so these two here just having a ball out here battling. But the more they battle, the further David Lowe gets out ahead of them. But look at Robleski. Man, oh man, I'm telling you. Staying right with David Lowe.
He needs to be about 2 truck lengths closer when we get about 2 to go here. And who knows, he may have backed off a little to cool his tires. I'm not sure, but it looks like it's going to be those 2. I don't think these other 3 have got it. The only thing they're going to do is they're going to get a mirror full of the 83 truck, who continues to be the fastest truck on the track.
As he closes up on the back bumper here of Tommy Lee now. And I think these guys are pretty much about used up their tires. I think they're just kind of just riding right now. I don't think anybody's got anything left on their tires.
And Robleski closed that gap up just a little bit, trying to get that pressure on Lowe.
Great racing going on here. Oh, looks like back here Tommy Lee getting challenged on the inside by Brent Keith. Took a peek for a minute there. Brent Keith, man, is he ever really showing some muscle here late in the race. 6 laps to go right now, and this time by going to be 5 laps to go, folks.
Well, Lowe's got the front. Robleski's been able to hang, and now Lemons has eased his way away from 4th and 5th place, and he's trying to close up on the back bumper of Robleski to make this a 3-truck race.
Don't know if there's enough race left for him to get up there, and you know he's going to have to pass them two, and those two, ooh, that ain't going to happen. They're not going to let that happen.
It's very difficult, I know that.
Ooh, Robleski looks like he might have slipped up a little bit right there and lost a little bit of ground to David Lowe. Now he's back to a couple of truck lengths behind him, and he was tight on his bumper. So he's going to have to close that gap back up if he's going to mount a challenge on David Lowe. But I think David been saving his truck. Oh, and they both get into the outside wall just a touch. Well, and that's not the kind of mistake that they want to make. But Doug Lemons is sitting there going, yeah, keep hitting that wall. And it looks like he may be closing up on Robleski. I don't know, 4 laps to go. Is there enough time for him to get up there and mount a challenge on him and beat him for that position? Tommy Lee has fallen way back now. If you look, he's back to 6th place.
Pearson, he and the 83 had just a touch of contact there.
Pearson caught him and passed him. So Brent Keith in 4th, Stephen Pearson 5th. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Pearson does get Brent Keith before this is over.
Well, the last couple times he's had a good run on Keith. Keith has really been aggressive in protecting that 4th position, but you know, you're down to the end, 3 or 4 laps to go here. I don't think he's going to be able to protect it forever. I think Pearson's finally just going to make the move. So right there, he makes a really aggressive move to protect his position. and Pearson's just not going to have none of it.
He's got the nose up under him, and it looks like he is going to go. He drove it in there pretty hard. Manages to save it and keep it down. He does pass Brent Keith. Oh, and he gets into the wall.
It's because he got in so shallow, he washed out a little on the exit.
That's just what he did.
Product of hard racing. He's got a couple laps still to go get him, and I'm sure he'll go back after him. They got a shot at Lemons here, both of them. But I think Lowe's pretty much got this field covered. That battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th is about the only battle on the track because the rest of it is pretty much decided.
Well, we're going to stay on this battle until right to the last lap, and because this could change right here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah, they're coming to take the white flag right here, so Keith a little tight getting through the exit. Pearson got that run. Now let's see what happens here. He's going to try to hold him down getting into one, make him overdrive that entry, or make him underdrive and overdrive his exit like he did last time.
White flag is in the air. One more lap. You keep an eye on them back there, and I'm going up here on our leader. David Lowe going to be bringing them down here, down the backstretch. Last lap coming. Nobody immediately challenging him right now, but it looks like David Lowe going to come home the winner here tonight. Goes into turn 3. Robleski about 5 car lengths behind him. David Lowe coming off a 4, bringing it to the line. Is going to win it here tonight at Auto Club. Great job.
Race for 3rd. Wow, what a race. Keith got Lemons right at the line. Brent Keith got Doug Lemons, right at the line right there. Wow. Lemons got a little loose. What a finish.
So great race by these guys. Wow, David Lowe definitely the class of the field here tonight. Finishing, he said he had enough here to make it to the end, and he definitely showed the powerhouse that he had out here tonight.
Yeah, he did.
So, well, let me know, Roger, and we'll get down there, and I'll go ahead and have a word in with David, and you can get Robleski, and all right.
Yeah. Hang on a second. They're still talking.
Oh yeah.
All right, jump in there real quick.
Yeah.
David Lowe, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you loud and clear, Rudy.
Congratulations on your win tonight. Good job. That looked like a pretty fun race right up to the last couple laps. And you kind of put a little bit of distance between you and Robleski and brought home the win here tonight. Tell us about your race tonight.
We got about 6 hours in this setup. Me, Brent, David, Doug, Perry, all of them. If it wasn't for them, this truck wouldn't be where it's at. So it's good, real good racing tonight. The track was fast. Other than getting into Perry, I really didn't mean to do that, but sometimes that happens. But all in all, Midnight Motorsports won, so that's all that matters.
Absolutely. Well, we were kind of watching the battle back here for, I believe it was 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Great finish by them guys, which we'll get to here in a little bit. But congratulations to you on such a great race. You definitely had a very fast truck out here tonight. I don't think you had the fastest one, but you had the one there to lead the last lap, and that's all that counts tonight, buddy.
Thank you, Rudy. And I'd like to dedicate this to my uncle that passed away about an hour ago, I found out, so this is for him.
Oh, man. Well, my thoughts and prayers are with you there, David, and very sorry to hear that, but, that's a good thing. Dedicate it to him. Good job, and congratulations again, buddy. All right, Roger.
Dave Robleski, Roger Wagner up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Gotcha, Roger.
Well, man, I know you had taken a little bit of a hiatus and come back, and I don't know if you had said earlier that this was your first race back or not, but what a way to break back in, come in here with this fast bunch of guys on this new track that just got released and have such a run. You challenged him for a long time there and kind of clipped the wall. Kind of tell us what was going on right there when you clipped the wall, and did you think you had something for him until that point?
Yeah, 10-4, I think I did, and I just overdrove it, came off hard. Actually, I was behind Thomas Lee, had a run on him, but he stayed low. And coming out of 4, I went up high, hit the wall. That was the first time. And then, yeah, I tried, Dave got around and just tried chasing him back down.
Well, all in all, it was still a great run, and I know everybody likes to win, but at least coming home second your first time back out, it's got to be pretty satisfying. Is there anybody that you need to thank, or anybody you want to give a shout out to here, buddy?
Shout out to Dave and Keith, Brent Keith and Doug. You guys worked on the setup. I just got the track back on Wednesday, so I didn't get much practice time in. So those guys put most of the effort in, and thank them for sharing the setup with me.
Well, congratulations on the second place finish, and I want to send my thoughts out to David for his uncle passing, and can't wait to see you guys get out here again next week at Talladega, and I think Rudy's got a third place finish.
All right, Brent Keith, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah, 10-4, go ahead.
Man, that was one heck of a finish right there. You got Doug Lemons to the line. I got it right on the screen here right now and showing it. You had him by about a half a fender coming to the line. Tell us about that last lap and how you set Doug up.
Well, pretty much, we were just trying to get a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish. I was content running fourth, and I think he clipped the apron coming out of 4, and I wasn't going to lift. I was going to try to push him, but I missed him. And, yeah, I was content running fourth, but I had to take it. So, like those other guys said, we had a lot of time into this new track, and started with a Michigan setup, and I think maybe the sway bar was the same after we were done with it. So, I'd like to thank Dave and both Daves, actually, Doug, even Perry earlier in the week. And then, thank Rick for doing all this. It's just started running here, and I enjoy it. It's a good time.
Well, congratulations again on your third place finish there, Brent. We were watching you quite a bit through the race, and you were back and forth, up through the field and then back through the field, and you wound up kind of hanging there in fourth with about 5 or 6 to go, and it looked like when you got past Tommy Lee, it didn't look like you were going to gain any more on Doug Lemons. But like you said, when he made that little slip up there, that's all it took. And that's what we've seen the product of this track out here tonight was the passing, the lead changes and stuff was all because of somebody tapping the wall coming off of turn 4, getting a little bit loose off of turn 2. But great race out there tonight, Brent. Congratulations. Good job out there tonight, buddy.
No, I appreciate it, guys. You guys do a good job, what you do. So, yep, it's fun. I dig it. I think I'm here to stay. So, I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. Well, let's get a quick rundown here. I got the screenshot on here, Roger. As you can see that he did beat Doug Lemons to the line by about a half a fender. So
I didn't think it was that much. I actually thought it was closer than that. That makes it look like it was a long ways. I thought it was like the nose of the truck. So yeah. It was a great race. That last few laps, those three guys were right there close together. Brent Keith, Doug Lemons, Steve Pearson, just battling. And, to watch it come down the end in that last second pass, that was a blast. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The whole race was great.
12 1/1000ths of a second that he beat him to the line by. So that's pretty close. and for getting them. And all it was Doug kind of slipping a little bit into the turn there, and that's all it takes, to get by him. So, all right, well, let's go over the results here real quick and close out this broadcast. David Lowe coming home the winner tonight. David Robleski in second. Brent Keith third. Doug Lemons finishing fourth after that last turn pass coming off of turn 4. And Brent did get a nose up under him and finished by 12/1000ths of a second over Doug Lemons for fourth. Stephen Pearson, great comeback by him, bringing that back up to the 5th position. Past Tommy Lee there with just a couple laps to go and never looked back. Tommy Lee coming home 6th. Rick Walker in 7th. Doug Easterday in 8th. Michael D'Amico 9th. Danny McCoon finishing in the 10th spot. William Toney in 11th. Nicholas Stone in 12th. Perry Snelson finishing 13th. Mike Costa 14th. Mike Vining 15th. And Sam Henry 16th. Patrick Rowland, first one out of the race there, like on the first lap. He got tangled up with Mike Vining and Sam Henry and Mike Costa. So all three of them finished 49 laps down. So, but all in all, you know what, Roger? It was a great race to sit here and watch this. And but give us some last-minute comments there on the race tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to grab the race promoter here and see what they've got in store for the near future. I think we saw a great race. This is a great track. I was a little skeptical at the beginning because I know it's kind of slick and it's supposed to be a sister track to Michigan, but it doesn't race anything like Michigan. It's still big and wide and fast, and you can make a lot of moves. The draft is huge here. These guys, put on a hell of a show. It was great to watch. It was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of passing. You could run in there, and if you could get it to stick on the high side, you actually could make the high side work. We saw that a couple times. At the end, David Lowe, he told us he probably had enough to get this thing put in the bag, and he did. Now, Robleski really worked him hard there until he got the damage on the truck, but overall, this was a fantabulous race. Awesome. And I cannot wait to see these guys come back here again and put on another show like this. Maybe we can do it in the daytime, and maybe it won't be nearly as grippy. Maybe it'll be a little more slick, and that'll make it even that much more fun.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be like driving Kentucky. Kentucky's like driving on grease,
Oh, that place is bad during the day.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Rick Walker up here, and I know next week is supposed to be their season finale. They're supposed to go to Talladega for that, but I was wanting to get with him, kind of cover that real quick, make sure that I've got the schedule in my head right, and then find out when their next season's going to start, so that people can start kind of planning for maybe coming over here and starting with the new season with these guys. So, Rick, why don't you kind of fill us in on that real quick?
Well, I believe it's Daytona next week, but I may be mistaken. But yeah, it was Daytona for trucks this week. So yeah, it's Daytona next week, and then we're gonna probably just roll right into follow the season with iRacing starting the following weekend. So we'll be right on the same schedule with them.
So after week 13, whatever their first week is, that's what you're going to match. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, I believe that's what we'll do. We'll just match their schedule and run whatever they're running.
Cool. Well, then whatever iRacing schedule is, what the schedules will be for these guys, and they're going to match it every Sunday. It's going to be the track that you ran all week, so you'll have plenty of time to work on your setup and get it right. And I don't know, kind of give me. I know you were out there running around. I know you had a couple of little incidents, but I thought it looked like a blast to race this place.
Oh, I had a ball. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Patrick and I had gotten together that one time. It was lap 50 something, but. I thought I'd stayed down, and I looked at the replay of it, and it looked like maybe some net code, because I did stay below the crease in the track, and I felt bad that he got wrecked. And then the other one was just slowing down for slowing down for Patrick, and because he had gotten taken out, and then so I was slowing down for that wreck and got paylaid from behind. But it happens. It's part of the beast on some of these tracks.
Well, I think you guys had a good race. It was a lot. We've got to see a couple of good green flag runs there. I was hoping to see green flag good stuff, see what that would do to the field and shuffle it up a little bit, but it didn't materialize. And I'm looking forward to you guys coming back here again. I almost hope this is towards the end of the next season's schedule. It's not too early, so that it's not too close together, and we see this track too many times too often. But this is a great place to race.
My thoughts are if they don't put it in, we might have to substitute something.
10-4 on that. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, and I think we're going to let Rudy throw some final thoughts out here and close the broadcast up for you guys.
All right. Well,
Thanks.
looks like 3 cautions here. We had 9 lead changes amongst 5 drivers. Just to kind of throw out here, we had maybe 6 drivers, I believe. Perry Snelson led 2 laps. Danny McCoon led 2. Tommy Lee led 12 laps. Brent Keith led 5. Doug Lemons led 20. And David Lowe led 24. So David led the most laps here tonight. And the last one, the most important one. But just to kind of throw out here, I wanted to say this was great to see these guys run. This is a new track. A lot of issues with this track, and I think I seen a few of them here kind of struggling with my broadcast tonight. So I apologize to anybody that's going to be watching it. It could be a little bit choppy. I don't know. I'll have to go back here and watch it when we get done. But I think a new track here is kind of given a lot of people some fits. Not sure how to set this up. The 2 distinctive turns on this track, 1 and 2 definitely way different than 3 and 4. Supposed to be a sister track to Michigan, but the characteristics of these turns are just way different, I believe, than Michigan. They're a little bit more of a handful. You got to kind of stay high, dive it down low, but we've seen some great racing out here by these guys tonight, and I wanted to thank Midnight Motorsports for putting on a great show here tonight. So thank them very, very much. And that'll wrap it up here for Midnight Motorsports. Rick, unless you got anything else?
Just thank you guys for doing what you're doing, and we just, like you said, this track's a ball. Thanks again.
Sure thing. All right, we will catch you tomorrow night for another broadcast here at MaxSpeedTV.